Okay, you can see that the painting's really coming along now. We're not so far away from finishing. So in this video I'm going to show you the finishing touches to this painting that will just make it be completely finished and give that real sense of depth and realism. So please do watch to the end to see how this painting ends up. So what I'm going to do here, on the grasses here there's some dead seed heads and things like that, so we're just going to put the final kind of detail onto that. There's a little bit more work to do on the trees here, but other than that there's not a great deal left to do now. So I'm just going to mix up a colour here just to extend this tree, because I had to wait for this to dry, this bit here. So I'm just using a bit of sap green just for the darker underlying colour. We'll see how it looks. I might need to line it up a touch. And the trees kind of come out here. Just looking at the reference photo just to see where the trees end. Just using my battered texture brush just to scrub in the paint here. You know, if you followed along in the other lessons that I've sort of said to you, you don't need to be exact. I might show the photo against the finished painting at the end, I'll see, but it's nowhere near an exact copy. The photo is just a basis for me. It's just kind of a starting position. I don't worry about slavishly following the detail. I think life's too short for doing that for me. You know, you want that sense of realism, but you also want some of your own personality in your paintings, I think. You know, it kind of adds that extra dimension to it. So just putting in the base colour here, the slightly darker tone, and I'll put some lighter tones over the top when that's dry. I'm going to move on to the grass here and looking at the seed heads. So for the seed heads I mixed up titanium white, some burnt umber, a bit of yellow ochre and a little bit of cadmium yellow to kind of get that dead grass kind of colour. I'll see how it looks. Just going to test it on the side of the board here. Probably needs to be a bit lighter. A little bit of sap green in there as well, just a few different colours. But what I'm going to do on my laptop where I've got the image, I'm just going to zoom in a bit. Where you can do that, it helps just to see a bit more of the actual detail. Some of this I'll put in with a rigger brush, I think. A lot of it is finding the right brush for the technique you're using as well. These texture brushes where they've got really stiff battered bristles are really good for this kind of thing. You see there, it's just sort of picking up bits and pieces on the bristles. But I'll use the rigger brush to enhance some of those details in places. Some of it's a little bit more defined in areas, and some of it's just looking for a kind of a shape. just to take the colour down a bit, just add a little bit of sap green. If you find that the highlights are too light. And vary the colour and you get that kind of variance there. So with these stiff brushes, if you just load up the ends with a bit more paint, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up, but you get these little highlights, which again is another thing that will help to make your work look more realistic. Don't be too pedantic about where you put these. You're just looking for those little hit and miss bits. If some of it's a bit bright, just take it out with your finger or dab it over with a brush. So where you need a little bit more flow, just add a bit of liquid or a bit of refined linseed oil. Just helps the flow a little bit more. Where you want to control the detail a little bit better. And then just a little bit of pressure, just keep the brush kind of loose on the surface. Don't apply too much pressure, otherwise you'll end up making the lines a bit thick. But we're just putting some of these dead grasses here. So just keep adding a bit of liquid or a bit of linseed oil as and when you need it, just to thin it down a little bit. So with the brush, I'm just get the brush to a point by rolling it around in the paint and taking a little bit off. I use the side of the board to do that. So you haven't got too much paint on the brush, and then I'm just suggesting these seed heads, just little kind of marks with the brush, with a bit of hit and miss technique. It's actually really effective for suggesting that. Again, I've just taken some of the strength out of it by adding a little bit of sap green to the colour. I'll do this hit and miss technique, and it's slightly random strokes and things like that will give that kind of effect of those fluffy seed heads. And what you'll see is, you know, with these slightly lighter dots that I've put in here, you know, kind of gives that, again, it's those real highlights that are what really makes the painting. You know, that kind of gives it that depth. So you want to be looking to do that. Don't just put everything in a flat tone. You want to be looking to vary those colours, vary those tones, to get that sense of depth into your work. And with these grasses, you get so many little bits and pieces of seed heads. So what I do is just put a few little dots with that same colour again. And it just helps to suggest and break things up. We may need a bit more of a, I think I mentioned before, there are some wildflowers in here. Some of them are yellow, so I'm going to probably put some of those in just to, it helps to balance out the greens, you know, makes it not quite so almost monotone, I suppose. With it can get that way if you're using one colour predominantly in a painting. So you want to look to be adding some other colours just to break that up, you know, complementary colours of the ones we're using. So, you know, for green you're talking about reds. So you add those in, and it can just help to break up some of that kind of sameness, if you like, because obviously this is a very green painting, but you know, because I've varied the greens, you know, we've got bluey greens here, we've got very yellowy greens here. When you vary it, then you can work with all the different greens and get that depth into it. And as I've said in my lessons, you know, it's that varying the colours, varying the tones as you're going along that really makes or breaks a painting. Something you want to be aware of, something you want to be doing when you're painting. It's that variety, and just make sure things just aren't looking flat. That's the key, really. Because you end up using just say one or two greens, your painting's going to look extremely flat, and you need that balance. You know, if everything's just one tone of green, it's just going to be flat and boring. So get used to mixing up different greens. I've got a video about mixing greens on if you want to have a look at that. And it just shows you how I mix my greens up to have that kind of variety. Which is really important. And so we're just adding little marks here and there. These little details, these little finishing touches are what really makes the painting, what really finishes it off. So you don't want to be skipping this part of the painting when you're so close to finishing. So that's the painting now complete. We've made good progress on this one, I think. There's lots of detail in there, and hopefully you've picked up some tips and tricks along the way if you've tuned into any of the lessons that I've done. If you haven't watched the others and the build up to this, please do go back and look at the playlist. But I want to say thank you so much to all of those of you that have subscribed to the channel or viewed any of my videos. Your support is really appreciated. It makes a big difference to the channel and to the growth, because obviously I'm a new channel and I think I've got quite a lot of information and knowledge to pass on to you guys if you want to learn how to paint realistically. Going forward, I expect to do probably more oil paintings, probably do some acrylics and also some watercolours, I think, at some point. I want to mix it up, do a bit of variety, so please do stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and you can see all the paintings that I create in the future, and there'll be lots of series to come. But I appreciate your support, appreciate you being here, and hopefully see you soon.